All right, now it's time for my favorite movies of the 80s. Let's go to the Roadhouse. Let's do it. All right, folks, we are on to my favorite movies of the 80s. Again, I'm going to list a bunch of movies from each year. I'm going to give my top three of that year. Now, these might not be what you consider the best of the year, but they're my favorite of that year, and they're the ones I revisit the most. Okay? Now, again, there's going to might be movies I don't list that are really good movies that I may have not seen. I haven't seen everything. I'm a huge movie fan, but I haven't seen everything. I'll admit that up front. If I have missed something you think I should be on there, leave a comment down below. Let me know. I'll check it out. So let's get on to it. In 1980, we had Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, or in my opinion, the best Star Wars film. Aeroplane, Caddyshack, Flash Gordon, The Blues Brothers, Raging Bull, Urban Cowboy, Stir Crazy, the live-action film of Popeye, Superman 2, although the Donner cut superior by far, Any Which Way You Can, Smokey and the Bandit 2, Used Cars, which is criminally underrated, and the final Countdown. I go 3 Used Cars. I know most people would pick Caddyshack, and I love Caddyshack, don't get me wrong. I just love Used Cars. I think it's the better film of the two, and Kurt Russell's what puts Used Cars over the top. Superman 2 at number 2, the Donner cut, not the theatrical, and Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back at number 1. 1981 gave us Raiders of the Lost Ark. I just did a review on that last week. Stripes, On Golden Pond, Escape from New York, Excalibur, Clash of the Titans, Sharky's Machine with Burt Reynolds, Thief, Taps, and Porky's. I would go 3 Stripes, 2 Escape from New York, and 1 Raiders of the Lost Ark. 1982 gave us Blade Runner, Tron, Star Trek, The Wrath of Khan, E.T., and here's an unpopular opinion about E.T. I'm not a big fan of that film. It's just okay. I've never cared for it that much. Spielberg movies, if you told me Raiders or E.T., Raiders all day, every day over E.T. Rocky 3, 48 Hours, Conan the Barbarian, Death Wish 2, Night Shift with Michael Keaton and Henry Winkler, Diner, The Road Warrior, Mad Max 2, First Blood, Tootsie, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, The Beastmaster, Airplane 2, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, The Toy, Firefox, and Class of 1984. I would go 3 The Road Warrior, 2 First Blood, and 1 Blade Runner. All right, on to 83. We had Star Wars: Return of the Jedi. The Last Jedi. The Return of the Jedi. Risky Business. Christmas Story. War Games. National Lampoon's Vacation. Trading Places. Mr. Mom. The Outsiders. 10 Till Midnight, which is a cool little Charles Bronson film. Flashdance. Sudden Impact. Dirty Harry movie. Scarface. All the Right Moves. The Right Stuff. Blue Thunder, Superman 3, which unfortunately is not very good, Lone Wolf McQuade, and Easy Money with Rodney Dangerfield and Joe Pesci. That movie's actually pretty funny. I would go 3 Trading Places. I love National Lampoon's Vacation again, but I enjoy Trading Places more. Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy are fantastic in that movie. A Christmas Story, number 2, and number 1, Star Wars: The Return of the Jedi. I got it right that time, not The Last Jedi. 84, we got Ghostbusters. Who are you going to call? The Karate Kid, Wax On, Wax Off. Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I just watched it dinner. I got to do a review on that one. Red Dawn came out that year. Romancing the Stone, The Natural. Beverly Hills Cop. Tightrope with Clint Eastwood. Supergirl, which is an absolute shit movie. Missing in Action with Chuck Norris. Conan the Destroyer, which is unfortunately not that good. The Terminator. 16 Candles. Splash, Police Academy, Footloose, The Last Starfighter, directed by the gentleman who played Michael Myers in the original Halloween film, Bachelor Party, This Is Spinal Tap, Tank, which I have a soft spot for, and Revenge of the Nerds. Nerds! 3, I go Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. 2, I go with the Terminator, and number 1, Ghostbusters. Love Ghostbusters. 1985, we got Back to the Future, The Goonies, Cocoon, The Breakfast Club, Rocky 4, Pale Rider with Clint Eastwood, Weird Science, Fletch, Witness, Summer Rental, Spies Like Us. Teen Wolf, Invasion USA. It's another Chuck Norris film. Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome, which unfortunately was not that good. Rambo First Blood Part 2. St. Elmo's Fire. Clue, European Vacation. Commando. Police Academy 2. Real Genius with Val Kilmer. Brewster's Millions. Death Wish 3. And Volunteers. I would go number 3. I would go with Commando, only because of the fun factor of that film. 2, Pale Rider. And 1, Back to the Future. I know The Goonies is on there. I have some thoughts about The Goonies. I enjoyed that film, but as an adult, there's a lot of issues with that film as overall as a movie. But I still enjoy watching that. On the 86, we got Cobra, Murphy's Law, another Charles Bronson film. Top Gun, The Golden Child. Aliens, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Labyrinth. The Karate Kid Part 2. Platoon, Police Academy 3. Crocodile Dundee, I really like that film. Big Trouble in Little China. Transformers the Movie. Stand By Me, The Money Pit. Heartbreak Ridge, Short Circuit, Back to School, Manhunter, Raw Deal, The Color of Money, Hoosiers, which is a basketball classic, Howard the Duck. Yeah, that movie still sucks after all these years. I know it has its following, but that movie is just terrible. Flight of the Navigator, The Best of Times. Three Amigos, Down and Out in Beverly Hills. Iron Eagle. Gung Ho, FX, with Brian Dennehy and Brian Brown. I like that movie. Running Scared, with Gregory Hines and Billy Crystal. Had to think for a second. And Delta Force. I go 3, Stand By Me. I like that movie just because of the friendship aspect of these kids. 2, I would go with Big Trouble in Little China. John Carpenter's misunderstood film of awesomeness. I know it has its following now, but back then it was wildly... The studio didn't know what to do with that film. And number 1, James Cameron's Aliens. 1987 gave us Lethal Weapon. Oh my God, listen to this lineup. Lethal Weapon, RoboCop, and Predator. Right there you can stop. That's 3 great movies right there in a row. The Untouchables, Adventures in Babysitting, Spaceballs, Beverly Hills Cop 2, Fatal Attraction, 3 Men and a Baby, Full Metal Jacket, Private Pile, Raising Arizona, Dirty Dancing, although I'm not a fan of that film, but that came out that year. I've seen it, unfortunately. The Secret of My Success, Over the Top, which, come on now, if you love Stallone, you love that film. Wall Street, Throw Mama from the Train, and the only reason I've seen that movie multiple times, but HBO used to run the shit out of that film back in the 80s, early 90s. Hamburger Hill, The Principal, which I'm going to do a review for. I just rewatched that last week. The Princess Bride, which I know it has a big-ass fan base. I'm not a huge fan of that movie, though. Good Morning Vietnam, Moonstruck, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Inner Space, Stakeout, The Running Man, La Bamba, Dragnet, Masters of the Universe, Superman 4, My God, Does It Suck? That should have been the subtitle of that film. Harry and the Hendersons, Overboard. I love Overboard, man. It's not the greatest movie, but it's just Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell together are just magic. Revenge of the Nerds 2, Batteries Not Included. Death Wish 4, they were still milking that franchise. And Assassination. I go 3 Lethal Weapon, 2 RoboCop, and 1 Predator. The top, my first 3 I said, you can't get much better than that. 88, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Die Hard, Coming to America, Beetlejuice, Big, Willow, Bull Durham, Scrooge, Red Heat, The Great Outdoors, Mystic Pizza, Moon Over Parador with Richard Dreyfuss, Caddyshack 2, which unfortunately is nowhere near as good as the first one, Cocoon The Return, Rain Man, Midnight Run, which I did a review for a couple months ago. I love that film. Crocodile Dundee 2, Rambo 3, The Naked Gun, Working Girl, Bloodsport, Young Guns, The Deadpool, the final Dirty Harry movie. Although I like that film, it's the least, definitely not the best of the Dirty Harry films. Funny Farm, License to Drive, and Action Jackson. I would go Rain Man number 3, Midnight Run number 2, and Die Hard number 1. All right, folks. Last year, 1989, gave us Tim Burton's Batman, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Ghostbusters 2, When Harry Met Sally, The Abyss, Back to the Future 2, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Roadhouse, Uncle Buck, Black Rain, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, Field of Dreams, Tango and Cash, Look Who's Talking, Fletch Lives, The Wizard with Fred Savage. I like that movie. I always have a soft spot for that. Three Fugitives, Lethal Weapon 2, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, The Burbs. I love The Burbs. I'm going to have to review that soon. Love that film. Parenthood, Turner and Hooch, Born on the 4th of July, Major League, Weekend at Bernie's, Driving Miss Daisy, Dead Calm, The Karate Kid 3, Christmas Vacation, Kickboxer, Glory, Lock Up with Stallone, Lean on Me with Morgan Freeman. That's when Principal's Clean Up the School movies were. We had that one. We had the Principal the year before, and then we had The Substitute with Tom Berenger. Well, that's more of an action movie. The classic film, No Holds Barred. God, is it cheesy as hell, but it's fun to watch. Next of Kin and Canine. I would go 3 Major League. I do like that movie that much. It's a good baseball film. It's funny as hell. It's a great cast. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, number 2, and Batman, number 1. That concludes my favorite movies of the 80s. What are your thoughts on that list? What would you change? What are your favorite movies of the 80s? Leave a comment down below. Hit the thumbs up for me. I'd greatly appreciate it if you enjoyed this video. Hit the subscribe button. I'd also really appreciate that. And I hope you all have a great day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll be back soon. Thanks.